Hi guys, my name's Paxton, right? I'm a sophomore over at Grand Canyon University in Arizona. I just want to share a quick story on how God's working in my life. So I recently attended a service for Revival Week, and in that service, the pastor was just talking about how he felt like someone in the room needed help tithing, just needed to feel the urge to tithe, and just, that person hadn't really tithed in a while, and that spoke to me. I've always struggled with tithing, just being a college student. I never felt like I had to tithe. I needed all the money I could get, so why could I, give some money to the church? And, I was pretty embarrassed by it, but, I never changed my mind until that moment, and I felt, I just felt God's presence in the room, and I was like, you know what, I should do this. So I went quickly onto my app and figured out how much I made the summer over at my job and tithe the 10%. And I just instantly felt a wave of relief and just, gratitude, and just felt so good about it. And then the next day, I went on a Saturday night, so Sunday morning, I was mowing lawns and mow lawns on the side. It was the last day I was here before going to college, and one of my favorite customers went to go pay me for my services. He usually paid me a certain amount. He handed me that certain amount, and I was like, amazing, awesome, I'll see you next summer. And then he said, hold on, wait here. I was like, okay, whatever, just didn't think much of it. And he came back and he had a huge stack of cash in his hand. And I was obviously confused, and he just gave me a long story on like why he felt like I earned this, and just he tipped me a lot of money. And story is not to flex about being tipped that much money, but what it really came down to was when I counted up the money and just totaled it up, it was exactly to the dollar double what I gave the night previous. And he didn't know that. He doesn't go to our church, unfortunately, but he didn't know that. And it was such an amazing God thing because it was so specific. And so I just felt like God put his hand on me, and it just really inspired me, and God's got my back. So I just want to share that quick story. Hope you guys have a great service.